How's it going, everybody? My name is Sai, and today we're checking out That Handsome Devil's new album, Your Parents Are Sellouts. Now, That Handsome Devil is a band that has been brought to my attention by one of my longest time viewers, Lazy Jake. We've listened to many tracks on my Twitch streams together with him, and I've also done a review of A City Dressed in Dynamite. Unfortunately, that got corrupted. I never got to upload that, so unfortunately that doesn't see the light of day outside of those who were at said stream, but we get to correct that now. We get to review this new album. This album came out a couple of months ago. I've listened to one song of it. I listened to the Unpossible, but it's been a long time, so I actually don't really remember it that well. So can't wait to dive into this, and let's check it out.
The age of bobby socks and ice cream sodas is gone. An older generation could learn about fresh thinking from them. Of its young.
It's got that nice, familiar groove. It's a little bit spooky, a little bit southern. Kind of got this southerny feel to it, which really checks out with that album art. Yeah. So this is what I love about That Handsome Devil, man. It's clearly not taking itself that seriously. It's got a lot of silliness to it. It's got some very interesting lyrics as usual. Pretty introspective stuff. Plus, this guy's voice is golden. Love all the little subtle elements in the mix. You got the going hats. It's kind of chanting in the back. Feels like it's behind you almost, the way it's mixed. The little theremin playing. Very, very subtle theremin. Nice surf rocky guitar there. Off to a very nice start. Very interesting little summer. Oh, that's a hasty groove. Let's go. Gets to a lady, make you a baby. Baby, what you crying for? Really loving the clean guitar work in this. Little build up and lead. Let's go. I will never feel a thing again.
There we have the incidents leading up to the unhappy situation.
It was a very rough dropout. Everything's very surfy so far. Like, the album art isn't just for decoration, it really pertains to the tone of the album so far.
Let's just get undressed. Shut up, y'all stupid just. I'll get the courage to ask her out. She'll say she had a man. It's not much that I like. Hold my friggin' hand.
Lyrics are really something else good for what I can't talk, oh no.
Keep getting high and stuff.
High and stuff. So far we're off to a pretty straightforward start. A lot of these songs have very similar tones until that happened, and now we're somewhere else, never mind. We were at some surf rock, now we're kind of slowed it down. Sounds like some vintage electronic organ. Okay, this is awesome. I really like this song so far. Gives me a little bit of that 90s radio rock feel mixed with that kind of older surf rock sound. So there's a really nice stripped down sound here, and then when the chorus hits, it's very pleasing and full with those keys in there. Yeah, I'm into it. And his voice, when he hits a little bit of a higher register, fits really good with this chorus part. It's dark though, because it's talking about like almost like gang violence a little bit, but fuck, the music is good. Which is actually funny. The most pleasing song on the album is so far the less whimsical. Guys are gross, okay. Get a little anxious when the man is in the room, projecting phallic symbols like they landed on the moon. Get a little hip hop funk in there, okay.
They They may overstep their bounds when no one's left around. Oh, darling, please, I know I'm just a
Nice little with the flutes. That's cute. So funny, that last song was kind of dark and now we're back to the silliness again. The silliness and irreverence.
Dress up like a princess if she wanted me to. They curse, they hit, they smell.
So many different elements. It's so funny. They've got these super whimsical, almost like Disney orchestra elements in there. These super bright like flutes and I don't know, other orchestral instruments I can't really quite pin down, but maybe like some strings in there. It's mixing in with this very low-key, funky tune, a little bit of a hip-hop drum beat. It's a really cool, interesting mix on this one. I really like this song too. Man, I'm shocked by how much of a vibrant this album is. I feel like the City Dressed in Dynamite was a little bit all over the place. Yeah, this is going for a very, very specific sound, with little tweaks here and there, but overall, like the feeling all these instrumentals evoke is similar.
Welcome to Date Rape You. Contributions from you.
Start, okay.
Listen, whether willing or unwilling, we are all participants.
It's like a radio jingle, kind of advertisement. This is out there. Yeah, we're back to some fucking dark lyrics, I see. Like, it's not just the word date rape, it's the meaning too. Like, it's like a comment on society. Like, I get that from less than a minute of song.
Everyone's successful will be going to date rape you.
Well, that was certainly an interlude for sure. That's nice. That's really nice though. Got a little bit of a derangement in that voice. A little bit of that distortion in there. Slurred, a little drunken, a little bit angry. Or scared in this case. That bass is interesting. They peaked the shit out of the bass. It was very crunchy and ominous sounding. Interesting song. That didn't feel like the rest of the songs of this album. It was definitely a more tense vibe, not very peaceful at all. It was very rough and just kind of tense.
I'm not, I said, oh, guys, golly, you should call your pops proudly. Get a crystal for the bad vibes, get a pistol for the bad guys. Well, it ain't the first time that I felt like this.
Again, this is more of a tense vibe, definitely less of a groover, but there is a little bit of vibe in it. When they had those keys going, those were really nice.
This ain't nothing new.
And some of those guitar effects on his voice there. A forced tremolo, a little bit distorty. Back in more vibey sounds. No, that's like the tail end of this. Okay. F2F. What does that mean? I'm curious now. Latin vibe? Alright.
He was a bartender. He worked at Guitar Center.
I always love his wordplay, dude. The way he rhymes things takes me off guard.
I just need to fuck, I don't need a friend. I just need to fuck to forget. Cause we live so hard. In fact, I'm sure I was.
Okay. It took me a moment to get it, but F2F, fuck to forget. Okay. So that's interesting. Drowning your sorrow in fucking sex.
Don't get any closer, I don't want to see your flaws.
Love this piano bit too. He always brings in some unexpected instruments to join in whatever mixes he does. I could get a little Latin thing here. Now we have some quivering choir and some very grand piano. It was just out of place, but it sounds good. Because I think he knows how to use resistance with it, restraint with it. Doesn't make it stand out too show-offy. Okay. Very much a collection of song style, I see. Slow it down again. confident.
Down, afraid you might get up. I'll grab your throat.
Careful, so they might like that.
Choke you till you feel. I want to punch your face.
Why is that so nice? Shit, man. That's really nice sounding, though. So warm. You did a little squanch.
There's no other way of stopping you. I want to smash you past the point that.
Okay, I'm gonna assume this isn't one punch forever. Okay, that's a lot of punches. Yeah, these lyrics are awesome. They're so irreverent and every now and then really dark and contemplative, but then here it's just like, I just want to punch. That's ominous as fuck, dude. Yeah, really like that track too. Pull some funky keys off tune, I should say. Kind of reminds me of a Gorillaz track almost. Okay, that's really nice. But see, we're back to that full-on awesome vibey tone that the rest of this album was having. The way their vocals are processed there. I actually don't know if it's they anymore. That might just be his voice also up-pitched. Shit, man. Why is... Damn, that's so fucking pleasing. That is so good. He's got a very blunt voice, but he can make it sound so smooth and elegant if he wants to, and this song really shows that off. The mix is so wide here, like in these parts where they have all these atmospheric synths going on, everything is so wide and filling and surrounding that it just is, it's comforting to listen to. It's really nice. It also helps that just like the basic rhythms and melodies are very catchy. Very simple, very catchy. Alright, man. How are we gonna close this out? It's been a very interesting album so far. I can't wait to talk about it. A little electronic drums. Stripped down.
See if there's no future, then we are free.
Where's the super low end fucking noisy bass coming from? Okay. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. Very dark tone. You gonna do something? Chugging guitars. Okay. Chalk that up to stuff I was not expecting to hear. In classic That Handsome Devil fashion, it is not as simple as that. Oh, adding noise to that chorus is awesome. Adding more voices to make a kind of fucking chaotic sound. Ooh, pretty synth out of nowhere once again. That's a little bit of fun to this post-apocalyptic tone. And that's it. What's the outro?
The extreme danger today is that which is created
More radio
by
play.
the closed mind.
The continuation of the intro.
It can mean the end of a fine future.
It's almost like this is a cautionary, I have things to talk about. Let's talk about that. So that was That Handsome Devil's Your Parents Are Sellouts. And I feel like that name is a lot more than just a name in the case of this album. So let's start off with sound first. For starters, very, very summery for most of it. Now the album art's pretty summery, so you kind of expect that going in. It's like, oh, this is a vibe that matches with the art. That's cool. I like that connectivity there. Couple of songs got a little bit abrasive with it. I feel like those were the parts of the album that maybe weren't quite the best, except for the end song, because I felt like the end song really utilized the darkness to a very great effect. It was very intense, chaotic, very ominous the whole time, and it's kind of just what you need, because the prettiness can kind of distract from the message of the album, and I feel like the sound of La Di Frickin Da really brings you into a kind of nice negative space in time to ingest what this album was trying to say, which a lot of these songs really sync up with the Your Parents Are Sellouts kind of vibe. Especially, I can't remember if it was Lottie Frickin Da or another song. There's a song that was talking about like how we sell out, we build guns that kill our sons and dishonor our daughters for currency, or for commerce, right? For commerce. And it's talking a lot about society for sure. I know I picked up on a little bit of societal chitter chatter with Hoodlum, and then I kind of started really paying attention to it from then on in. Yeah, it's talking about like a lot of youth stuff, like, you know, throwing around sex or gang violence, being paranoid, getting into fights, like the fatal fights, just for pure anger reasons, nothing really substantial. Just like, I just want to punch you in the face. I just want to hit you. I want to smack you until you stop moving. You know, that kind of senselessness. And that's kind of interesting because I didn't really connect those dots up until the very end of the album, when the outro came in, because the intro and the outro are also talking about how, you know, the children are the future and adaptation is important, which is, it's kind of funny. I was actually just talking about adaptation and, you know, evolution with a friend of mine, so it's kind of funny that this should come up. But yeah, that's a really interesting topic to touch on, where it's just like, you know, our future is a little bit corrupted and we're not letting it go anywhere. So what the fuck? What's going on? Did your parents are sellouts? And it's interesting because I think, God forbid, is actually an older gentleman. I don't know how old he is, but I think he's older than like me, for example. So it's usually interesting to see somebody from like an upper generation reach down towards, like, you know, you always hear about millennials and Generation Z especially complaining about, both of them on equal levels actually, complaining about the hand they've been dealt by like Gen X and the boomers kind of thing. I feel like this is a lot of commentary on that, and it's weirdly on the side of said millennials and Gen Z. So it is an interesting topic overall. Back into the instrumentals, like I said, when it hit those really summery, pleasy vibes, fuck, it became some of my favorite That Handsome Devil work, for sure. Loved the mixing on this thing, just loved how the little elements that they added in, seemingly at random, did not seem to distract at all from the overall picture, and the vibe was super consistent almost all the way through. Even some of the harder songs had nice, pleasing elements that helped bring in, like I said, that kind of whimsical summer vibe. And it was just overall a very lush production. Everything felt wide and grandiose, except for when they stripped it down for certain scenes and some ominous elements, because the whole album does have a little undercurrent of ominous nature to it to kind of highlight the seriousness of what we just talked about. And I could also be reaching to, but I have it on pretty good confidence that might be what this album is about, which is rare that I can pick something up like that on one listen. So fucking kudos to you guys for the messaging, honestly. So yeah, I'm really finding myself enjoying that album a lot. Like I said, the only thing I feel like just a couple of songs in the midway just kind of lost me a little bit, but overall it wasn't that much. Like I wouldn't even go as far as to call them skips. But like songs like Hoodlum and Lottie Frickin Da and Evl Ppl especially just nailed their sound so fucking well. Definitely some of my favorite work that they've ever done. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about this album. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this album, pick it up. The link will be down below somewhere to pick up the album and or some merch. If you enjoy my video, please do the usual YouTube things. Drop a subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think, what your takes are, what you want to maybe hear from this channel next. As for guaranteed requests, you can bring those over to Twitch every Friday at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I listen to your song requests there, and you'll see some of my favorite highlights pop up on this YouTube channel every now and then. But the most reliable place to guarantee a Twitch listen, guarantee a reaction for a song is over there. What else? I also got a Discord you can join down below. You can see me often talking about my content, releasing previews, etc., etc. So definitely worth checking that out and joining the community because it grows every day. I'm beginning to really enjoy just watching how these guys interact with each other. So join on in on the fun. Let's make it a bigger thing. As for that, that's about it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. That was That Handsome Devils. Your parents are sellouts. I'm Sai. And take care.